I do, man. I win fights, man. It's the best, it's the best thing I do in my life. I feel as if this is what I was meant to do. Beat up big, scary, ugly guys.
I believe that when I do face adversity, I'll be able to fight through it. I think I'll be okay. Or at least I hope so. I hope I don't fold, man. But I deal with adversity every day in the gym, trust me. When you're sparring Rockhold and Velasquez and those guys, I deal with adversity at a level that you guys... There were times when I'm out of shape and I'm going with Velasquez, and this guy's getting ready for a fight, and my job is to go 2 rounds with him, 3 rounds with him. And I'm so tired, I'm looking for the exit, and I look at the clock and it's been a minute and a half, and I'm like, dude, this is going to be a long 13 minutes. And I get through it. And I'm tired, and I get my ass kicked, but I get through it. So I've dealt with adversity. So I'm not worried about that.
To put closure to the whole situation with me and Daniel Cormier and that first introduction, I came up to Daniel with a smile on my face. I came up to him lighthearted. I came up to him genuine. I was like, hey, what's up, man? I saw them kind of looking at me from a distance. So I'm just going to go up to him and say hi. I was like, hey, man, what's up, man? I'm John. How are you? He's like, hey, good, I'm Kane's wrestling coach. I'm Daniel Cormier. I was like, oh, so yeah, I hear you're a good wrestler. And I was like, man, I will take you down all day. Who walks up to a stranger and tries to insult them? I was not trying to insult him. I said it very friendly and oh yeah, I expect it. Oh yeah, you think you can get me down? Yeah, you're right, boy. You could never get me down. I was expecting something like that, and his whole attitude was just do you know who I am? And I was just like, ooh. I felt like I had told the joke that went over really bad, and I walked away thinking, okay, that was awkward. And then a few days later, maybe a week later, him and one of his wrestling buddies were like, oh, Jones will get pinned and get taken down 10 times out of 10. And they basically found a way to make that extremely serious and to create a legit animosity. I really felt as if at the time, he was a guy who wasn't on my radar at all. I looked at him as somebody's coach, not a competitor. And in his head and in his heart, it was like Jon Jones, the champion, just came and insulted me. And to me, I was like playing with him, and to him, it was like, I can't believe this guy just came at me like this. So I didn't take it seriously at all. I was totally joking with him in a respectful way, and it was everything to him, and it still is. He used it as a way to create a storyline and to find motivation to one day beat me or whatnot. And now we're here.
Bob Cook. Bob said if you go and fight the way you're supposed to fight Daniel and the way that you've trained, this does not have to be as hard as you're anticipating, because I have made this so hard in my mind. I have made this thing so hard that they're like, stop running. You don't have to run right now. You don't have to do this right now. You don't have to do any extra. You're good. I've made this so hard that I feel like I have to push myself to lengths that are unheard of. And he goes, stop. Don't mind yourself. You've worked hard, and if you fight as you're supposed to, this doesn't have to be as hard as you're making it on yourself. So, best advice I've got.
We'll see. We'll see. I heard through the grapevine that in the wrestling community, he's quit quite a few times. The guy lost to Chael Sanderson, 6 times. He's a guy who takes second place a lot. You know what I mean? He says things like, I'm the king of the grind and I embrace the grind. And I hear that back in the wrestling days, he's the guy who used to fake injuries. He's the guy who used to cry at practice. And he's the guy who's quit so many times. And I'm excited to see, what he does this time. He says that he lost the NCAAs and he lost in the Olympics because he was meant to win this. That doesn't even sound right. So I'm like, you lost in your 20s because you're meant to beat me. Anyways, I hear he's a quitter, and I'm excited to see if I can make him quit.
I have. I've been the bridesmaid before. And again, I've accepted that. I've accepted that was part of my past. And I'm not thinking like that anymore. But he's right. I have fallen short in major competitions before. But I've been able to have those experiences. And it took a lot of winning to even have the chance to fall short at the level that I actually fell short at.
My feelings towards him, I look at him as an opportunity. That's really the way I look at him. He's going to be a challenge. He's going to be hard work, but he's an opportunity.
So many fighters have reached out to me and said, DC, get the job done. Please get the job done. I don't know. I don't know if it's because they like me or I don't know what Jon Jones is doing to these people. But there are a lot of people that are going, Daniel, please get the job done. So I don't know what the hell this dude's doing to people, but he's turning some people off. And if he doesn't stop, they're probably going to kick his ass outside of this octagon.
Thanks, guys.